Okay, well, now that we've finished everything down here, Levi, I think everything's back in order. Let's see how my companions are doing. Alistair, how about you?
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
If you were raised in a chancery, have you never...
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
Did you ever lick a lamppost in winter? Okay, fine then. Have you ever had sex?
Oh, so that's what we're...
Yeah, man to man.
Well, if you really want to know, you tell me
Oh,
first.
god dang it. Okay, well... Tell you what, of course I have.
And apparently you have no shame as well. Well, all right, I'll play along. I myself never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
You know... Oh, I see, you lack the proper parts.
Oh, that's funny. Your cruel japes will be remembered, sir. If you hear sobbing later, that's me crying myself.
Aww. At least you got some decent rest.
Ha ha ha. Your cruel interrogation will be remembered forever. Or maybe just until lunch. Lunch makes everything better. Oh, look, I...
What? Alistair, what? Never mind.
Something on your mind?
I don't know.
Of course.
Is there something in my mind? So you said all Eamon raised you?
Did I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole pack of them, in fact.
I thought you were raised in the Chantry.
Oh, there you go, listening to me again. You'd think you'd have gotten past that already. I ended up in the Chantry, sure, but I didn't start there. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless
Oh, okay.
kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Al Eamon wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Sounds like a great man. He wasn't your father, so do you know who?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Who could never despise you, man? That's an awful thing to do to a child.
Maybe. She felt threatened by my presence, I can see that now. I can't say I blame her. She wondered if the rumors were true herself, I bet. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped
That
coming.
must have been very lonely. You were young, though.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Caelan's uncle. So he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what
And
he...
so do we.
Anyway, that's really all there is to the story.
Well, thank you for telling me that. You have indulged my curiosity. Whatever. You understand what I mean. Sten,
You called.
why were you imprisoned?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
What do you mean by a weak mind?
That is complicated. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What happened to the other Kunari?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
You probably dropped it on the battlefield.
Perhaps. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands.
That's awful.
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Accidents happen, you know.
I'm sure that comforts the farmers.
Well, how can your people possibly think that way?
We know who we are, and what we are meant to be.
So is that it? You weren't going to do anything else about it?
What would you have me do? It could be anywhere by now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
Don't worry, we'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Levi, I've already did everything with you. Morgan.
I await your command.
So life in the wilds must have been very lonely for you.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
And did they speak back?
Don't be foolish.
You never know.
I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased about that.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
But you were just a child.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
True. Well, thank you. Now that we've caught up a bit with our companions, let's see what we got from all the loot. Let's see, wooden longsword. Mine is better, actually. I don't need a crossbow. Don't wear daggers. Ooh, this is a lot better than what I got. I already have chainmail. Ooh, I should equip this stuff. Jeez, what am I doing? Man, I look good. Okay, well, let's see if we can give any of this stuff to Alistair. He might need it, actually. One. Ooh, okay, that's better. 68. I need to get Alistair some equipment. He could do with it. And what about my sword? Grey Warden Longsword, they're the same exact thing. Okay, ooh. He is quite damaged. A cracked skull. Let's give him something. There we go. Ah, wait, Sten. Sten. I haven't checked on Sten in quite a long time. Take it. Okay. Yeah, he's got good boots. There's no reason to really take his armor. His armor is pretty dang strong. Wooden longsword. I can't tell which... Okay, he's using a shield and a sword. Okay, so this is fine. You have a good shield as it is. Let's go see Morgan. We can probably give her the staff. Dark Swan staff. Oh, dang, here's staff. Oh, she needs higher magic. Dang, I want to give her this. Sorry, Morgan, but... guess I'll have to give it to you later. Man, I look good. I look ready for battle. Okay, let's head on out, gentlemen and woman. First floor. Okay. We've done everything we can do in this fort, and we've claimed it for our own. Levi will be spending time here, and he will soon make it into a shop or business. I was hoping... Well, so much for fast traveling. It's not that big of long of a walk. Anything else? What was my plan for route-wise? Where are we gonna head next? Are we gonna head to Redcliffe Village? Or one of the other places? Let's find out. You know what? We're at Soldier's Peak right now. We're not far from Denerim. We don't got much to do in there. No, we need to go to the Brazilian outskirts quite yet. Lothering? No. Actually, this might be the last time we get to go to Lothering. So let's go to camp, actually. Then we'll make our way to Ban Lorne's land. Okay. Hey, pup.
Oh, wait, you little...
What?
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
I'm sorry, Alistair. Bad dog, that wasn't very nice. Aww, it's okay.
Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Aw, Gildor, we love you. Okay, Stan... You know what, let's talk to Bodahn.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese
I'll take the
knife?
cheese knife. No, but what I'm really here is... What's your story exactly?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my stall. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
I see.
The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
And now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
But where do you get these goods? Where do these goods come from? Not the deep roads. We're too far from them.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
You're a scavenger. You optimistic scoundrel.
Don't get all indignant with me. I hate the Darkspawn as much as anyone. People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
I suppose it's better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
And they're only gonna get darker from here on out. Thank you for that story. But you never did mention your son's tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
That was very generous of you.
It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments.
This is true.
He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Have you heard any rumors?
It's not just Darkspawn and the Horde, you know that? There are people with him. Folks who are sick with the Blight, and their minds are all twisted and mad. I heard tell of a man meeting his own brother on the field, yet when he called out to him, his brother didn't even recognize him and just attacked. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Thank you. Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
I sure do love discounts. Okay, let's get some injury packs. I want all of them. One of these rare bulbs found in the Frostback Mountain are dried and powdered, they become an instant... Oh, okay. Ooh, Blood Dragon Helmet. Ah, the gauntlets as well. Here, let me see. All I have is the... I don't think this ever came originally, dang. I'm gonna get these things. I don't want the helmet, I just want these two baubles. Ah, but the helmet's cheap as well. Nah, I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay, I don't care for helmets. I don't know why. Just never have. Okay, Morgan. You could use these. Yeah, a little weird headdress, but it'll have to do. Okay, Liliana, how's it going, girl?
The stars are out.
For once, a clear night.
It comforts me to know that the stars will remain untouched by the Blight. That whatever happens down here, they will shine eternally. Their light undimmed. There is a story about that cluster of stars over there. Do you know it? Elindra and her soldier?
I can't say I've heard of it.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from this cruel world. So earnest was her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
That was a beautiful story, thank you. I actually appreciate it.
This story is one of my favorites. A tale of a love so great and so enduring that it defies death and moves the gods to action. Sometimes I ask myself, does such a love exist? Can it exist?
Few loves are so powerful.
I think I would be lucky to experience an emotion even half as pure and true as Elindra's love.
One day you will find a person who's worthy of that love.
The world gets lonely too quickly if there is no one to share it with.
Well, thank you. That was beautiful.